Hi, my name is Maria Sweetlucky, and this time we're going to talk about economics, policy, and living sustainability. Economic policy is a course of action that is intended to influence or control the behavior of economy. Economic policies are typically implemented and administered by the government. Examples of economic policies includes decisions made about government spending and taxation, about the redistribution of income from rich to poor, and about the supply of money. The effectiveness of economic policies can be based and also assessed in one of two ways, known as the positive and normative economics. Positive economics attempts to describe how the economy and economic policies work without restoring the value of judgments about which result are best. The distinguishing feature of positive economic hypothesis is that they can be tested and either confirmed or rejected. For example, the hypothesis that an increase in the supply of money leads to an increase in prices belongs to the realm of positive economics because it can be tested by examining the data on the supply of money and the level of prices. Next is normative economics. Normative economics involves the use of value judgments to assess the performance of the economy and economic policies. Consistently normative economic hypotheses cannot be tested. For example, the hypothesis that the inflation rate is too high belongs to the realm of normative economics because it can be tested a value judgment and thereof cannot be tested, confirmed, or refuted. What is sustainable living? It would be an understatement to say we talk a lot about sustainable living here on Sustainable Jungle. But what does that phrase actually mean? Sustainable living is a practical philosophy that aims to reduce personal and societal environment impact by making positive changes which counteract climate change and other negative environmental concerns. More simply, sustainable living is a method of reducing one's carbon footprint. If you need motivation to jump on board, try out the World Wildlife Fund's environmental footprint calculator. Sustainable living encourages people to minimize their use of Earth's resources and reduce the damage of human and environmental interactions. Let's first look at the more complex ethos behind sustainable living before moving to the practical side of sustainable living and how you can start. In more complex terms, sustainable living aims to achieve an environmental equilibrium. This is sometimes called not zero living, or striking a zero energy balance with the earth. In other words, return to the earth whatever take from it. Obviously, this is sustainable in its ideal form. None of us will ever be able to truly achieve zero environmental impact, which is why sustainable is its more broad sense also refers to how achievable that end is. This is somewhat explained by the three pillars of sustainability illustrated by different organizations. All three are connected by their subcircles and converging intercircles and true sustainability. We can't have one without others. While environmental sustainability is first and foremost, what we're discussing is important to bear in mind that without economic and social means is vulnerable to collapse. Another super interesting way of thinking about sustainable living is using the concept of economics, developed by a visionary thinker and economist. This concept uses big pictures thinking to help redefine how our global and local systems can operate, such as we live within our means and humanity. Humanity's 21st century challenge is to meet the needs of all within means and planet. In other words, to ensure that no one falls short in life essentials, from food and housing to healthcare and political voice, while ensuring that collective we do not overshoot our pressure on Earth life supporting systems on which we fundamentally depend, such as a stable climate, fertile soils, and a protective ozone layer. There is no perfect picture of sustainability. It's very much a personal interpretation. There are, however, lots of different strategies, actions, and lifestyle tweaks that together make up a much more sustainable way of living. But while no one can be perfectly sustainable, the sky limits for how far along a sustainable spectrum you can go. Here are some of the most impactful and practical sustainable living components. First is use your voice. Much of what we talk about sustainable jungle is about using your voice, either directly through raising awareness and standing up for change, is directly through making sure what you spend your money or really counts. So as a prosecutor to the rest of this section, the most important thing you can do is to vote for those challenging the status quo, making positive environmental and social change, demand better from our leaders and power, and vote with your dollar by supporting those that are making a difference. Next is renewable energy. Sustainable living says no to fossil fuels, and not just because we're running out of them. Their extraction not only destroys the planet, but they burn dirty, releasing tons of CO2 or carbon emissions. Renewable energy, on the other hand, includes energy derived from unlimited sources that are clean to use and much impactful to the source. The benefits of renewable energy, both environmental and economically, make it one of the biggest sustainable living solutions. Next is your action. The most impactful action here is to research renewable energy providers in your country, city, and make the switch for your home energy. I think that's all for today. My name is Maria Sweetlucky, and see you in my next video. Bye!